Death, taxes, net zero. All are inevitable, all are unpleasant, and nobody really wants them. But the people who run the world have decided this is what will happen. Now, I've shown you the polls that show huge numbers of people want to pay nothing to help pay for the transition to green energy or net zero. That was the silent generation, people over the age of 75 who say, no, not interested. 59% say they're not willing to pay anything, and a massive 29% are willing to pay up to $25. Now, we learned today that despite the fact that people are not willing to pay, the majority of Australians are not willing to pay, we are being told that we have to triple the spending on clean energy to get anywhere near the targets that are there. Could that be the $1 trillion that I've talked about before that the CSIRO is predicting? Well, there's another poll which is uncomfortable for those who have decided this is what is going to happen. So let's not argue about whether it should or shouldn't happen, just how do we make sure this doesn't hurt? A new poll today in the lefty-leaning Turnbull Times even concluded that how's this? 46% of Australians, when asked even by The Guardian, say that Australia is doing enough or doing too much, compared to 42%, not a majority, of those who say we're not doing enough, and 11% who obviously agree with the first lot. They just didn't want to be doxed for having the unpopular opinion. Oh, and then there's this story as well that was in the freaking Guardian. I'm glad they're starting to watch the show and a few pennies are starting to drop, or bitcoins or whatever it is that they beg for whenever you go on that website for donations. China's plan to build more coal-fired power plants deals a blow to the UK's COP26 ambitions. Because, of course, no matter what happens, China can do whatever the heck it wants for another 9 years. They could double, treble, quadruple, 10 times, 15 times, minus 6. They are not held to any standard until 2030. Yet we have all been told that this is the only thing we must do, so Australia will sign on the dotted line. But of course, polls don't really mean anything, do they? Unless, of course, the people in charge want to use them as the justification for what they are doing. Like this poll, that again was even in The Guardian. I point that out because that's how kooky they are, right? 56% of Australians believe that immigration in the past 10 years is too high. But what's the news story today? Calls for immigration to be increased have continued from the business community. The very same people who say, sure, we've kind of hedged our bets and there's a shitload of money in renewables and people will get really rich in those, so we're going to back in all of that. Oh, customers, whatever, where else are they going to go?